Have you heard of a gap year but aren't sure what they are? Do you know of other people taking gap years but don't know whether or not it's a good idea for you? What are the benefits of a gap year anyway? In this speech, I will seek out to answer those questions for you through 4 reasons that reveal why taking a gap year would be extremely beneficial for students. So what is a gap year? Well, a gap year is a period, typically an academic year, taken by a student as a break between secondary and higher education. It's generally a time where students take to learn about themselves and become better prepared before entering college. While it's not common in the US, it's actually a tradition that's considered the norm in other countries like England and Australia. But why do it? That is the main question. Reason number 1, you'll perform better in college, believe it or not. A counter-argument for taking a gap year is a misconception that college admission officials or professors look down on them. On the contrary, according to study abroad organization CIEE, Harvard College has seen a 33% increase in the number of their incoming students taking gap years. That's Harvard, y'all. Many colleges and universities in the US not only accept applicants who choose to take gap years, but also actively encourage enrolled students to study abroad during their college years as well. Additionally, many schools report that gap year students have higher GPAs and are more involved on campus, so their attitudes towards gap years are far from unfavorable. Another worry that students have is that they're reluctant to take a gap year because they fear that it'll put them behind their peers and friends, but that's hardly the case. And that brings me to reason number 2. You'll realize what you love before you start studying. Most young people enter college having no idea what they want to do for the rest of their life, and that's okay. College is a time for learning about yourself and growing while gaining academic skill. However, many students drift from one major to another without a plan, which can lead to taking a number of classes that may not even count towards your graduation. So taking a gap year can actually help you get a much better sense of what you actually want to do. And this can save you years and time and tens of thousands of dollars in tuition money compared to graduating with a certain degree, taking a job in the field, and then realizing it's not what you want to do for the rest of your life. More often than not, college students commit themselves to one area of study, realizing it's not for them, and then swap to a completely different major, often 2 or 3 times according to the University of Oregon. So taking a year to experience a different way of life can provide you with a clearer vision of what you might or might not enjoy. You'll cut down on coursework, tuition bills, and stress if you take the time before college to decide how you want to gain that academic experience before you even get there. So this knowledge can save you a great deal of money and time. On to reason number 3. You'll have something to talk about. Do you want to improve your social skills? Skip the same old, where are you from, or what's your major chit chat and nail the, what did you do this summer? You'll actually have firsthand opinions to share about people, places, and ideas that your peers may never have even heard of. Ew. How cool would that be? And that brings me to reason number 4. You'll know what's important in life before most people do. Now, don't get me wrong, colleges can be very fun, but it's easy to get caught up in what you believe, that you begin to believe that your fraternity or your group of friends is the center of your universe. So whether you decide to take this time off to travel or work or dedicate yourself to a particular interest, it's likely that you'll gain a new perspective on life. So this enhanced view will allow you to see the big picture when it comes to the things that are most important in life. And because you'll be exposed to other people from different backgrounds, you look at the world differently than your peers and who go straight from high school to college, per se. And therefore, is a gap year a good idea? Of course, gap years aren't for everyone, I will say. Some people are happy to stick with the path that they choose, or they simply just can't take that time. And that's fine. However, for many people, a gap year is a great way to do something that you've dreamed of doing. There will never truly be an easier time to take a gap year. As you get older, things like student loans, mortgages, families, or jobs that you don't want to leave begin to pile up, and it makes it harder and harder to achieve your goal of a gap year the longer you wait. And finally, the data doesn't lie. Statistics show that those who take advantage of a gap year increase academic performance, have an easier time landing a job upon graduation, excuse me, y'all. Not to mention intangible factors such as growth and maturity and life direction. So I hope that this gave you a reflection on the benefit of taking an alternative path rather than immediately jumping into higher education. So go take this time, go to South Africa, go hiking in Machu Picchu, make a difference, discover who you are, and discover how fortunate you are, so that when you return, you know what matters and what you really want to do for the rest of your life.